Hey, here we are inside the dashboard of Canva. I've been telling you all about how I use Canva on this blog post, but I thought might be neat if I could show you. So what I initially started using Canva for was pictures. So I'm going to create a design. I personally like to use, strangely enough, a YouTube thumbnail. That's my perfect size for a blog post. It works on Twitter as well. And as it comes up, it gives me a format. And the first thing that I joined Canva for was the photos. Here's some templates, and I'll talk to you those in a minute, but I joined for photos. So I could say photos, and that I wanted a photo of a house, and then all of a sudden, all these photos for houses. As we're looking here, if I was in the free version, it would tell me I have free ones. I think I can apply free photos. And then it takes all these pictures with crowns, or I could say I want pro photos. Those are photos with crowns. And these are all photos that if you're in the free version, you would have to pay for. Since I'm in the paid version, I get all of them. So I don't need to check any boxes. I can pick any photo I want. I can double click. Oop, I got two of them. It takes a little bit of time to learn exactly how to click, but then I can make it bigger, make it fit my page. I can shrink it down. I thought that was really cool. The other thing I really like is the template. So let's say I wanted to use a template, and I could use, let's find one that would make sense with a house maybe. How about something like that? I could use this as my inspiration, and I could use this and change the words, or I decide I want a different photo. I can go back and I can just slide a photo in, and then I can crop that photo and move it around, and then I have a graphic that I can use. Now let's say I created this for YouTube and I decided I wanted it to use it on Twitter, or I wanted to go to the really weird size, and that's Instagram. So I can click resize. I can put Instagram, and I can just resize this one right where it is, or I can make another version of it. So I have both of them in my system, and it changes the size to Instagram size, and then I can go in and resize my text. And you can do it all at once, or you can do it line by line and slide around. So that's kind of what I use it for. Initially was photos, and then templates. And if you're looking through here, here's Instagram templates, thousands and thousands of them. You can just go through. It will tell you which ones you've recently used. So if you have ones you use all the time, you can go to recently used, and they're all saved up here at the top. Now, the other thing I like to use it for is video. So let me go back to the home screen, and let's see if I can find something I used as a video. Here we go. So this was a video. This was for our monthly meeting. Looks like I resized this one a bit. I was using this one, I believe, to make it look like I had the camera set up upright, because they like that on Instagram for a reel. But I created a whole bunch of different graphics, and I just kept reusing the same picture. I used some animations so that it makes the picture and the text come up. Looks like I have a little bit of an issue there, but I go through and create it. I can say how long I want it to appear. I can go in and look and see what does that look like. I was trying real hard to get this under 60 seconds because that was my limit on a reel. And using the tools on here, I didn't have to do anything other than type, insert pictures. I have a different background faded. But note her picture, I removed the background, and that created a video that I can now download, and I can upload it to YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, wherever I wanted to use it. So that's what I use video for. You can also record videos, like I'm recording this video. You could take that and take snippets and put that together. I haven't really learned how to use that yet. Now, the other thing I said I like to use it for besides video is folders. So let's go into folders. And you will see here I have projects, home, template. So if I go home, which is where I was, I can look for recent designs. I like to go to projects. And this is all of my projects. I can sort by folders, by designs, by images. I usually sort by folders. And then I have all these folders. So like I said, I have the Home Depot folder. So all my marketing that I use for Home Depot can be dumped in here. I can find it. I can go back to projects and say I want to work on my KCMO homebuyer marketing. There it is. It's all in there. I put it all in one folder. So I use that as well. Save designs. And this is one I said I used for the Mary newsletter. So let's see if we can find the Mary newsletter in folders. Branding, vendors, we show more, meeting slides. Well, let's use the search tool. You know, that might help. Mary November workshop, meeting, workshop, slides, testimonials. Let's try newsletters. That might work too. There we go, newsletters. So I can it's time to make the November newsletter. So I can click these three dots. I'm going to make a copy. It creates the same thing twice. And then I can edit it and say that this is the November newsletter. If I could type. And then I can open that up as the November newsletter. Early on, I would forget to do that. And I would end up reusing the old newsletter and I didn't have it anymore. So now I can go in and I can change the front page. I can change this page. I can go back and go over here on the side, find my folders with the newsletters in it. Here's all the old newsletters. And I can open up this one and say, there, that page, this connect page on the left, I want it here. So I can double click that and I can either replace that page or add it as a new page. And then I can compare the two and decide which one I want to keep, or I could use this one. Or I can go in and say, I like this 2-page spread. I want to use it for this article. I could add these 2 pages in and use them, or I can just go in and edit what I have. So that's kind of how I use the different templates. I've talked about videos. I've talked about folders. And this is how I use Save Designs. I use the same thing over and over again. So let's look at something else. I've talked about removing the background. So I'm going to create a design. I'm going to say a YouTube thumbnail. It's going to get noisy here in a minute. The trash guy is coming by. So I got a YouTube thumbnail. And I'm going to add a photo. So I'm going to go to my uploaded photos. And we're going to look at this month's speaker. I believe I have a photo of her. Maybe not. We're going to have to go to her folder. So we are going to go to Find the Right folder. We're going to go all the bottom and find all the folders. They're all right here in numerical order, which I like. We are working on the November meeting. And I have some great photos of our speaker. But, for example, you'll notice this photo. If I open it up, you kind of recognize that from all the other videos that we've done. So this is really cool. I can get this photo in here. I can click Edit Image, remove the background. And if I wait long enough, it will take all those people in that room out of the background. Voila. Then I can apply that and I can save it. Then I can go in and I can hit, let's say I can add another page. And so she's in here twice. So we're going to see this. We're going to take her off. We're going to add this room instead. There we go. We've got this room instead. And we want to edit this image and make it blurry. So we can go in here and do our adjustments. We can make it, where's blurry? There we go, we can blur it. And we could make it less bright, more bright. And then we can bring her photo onto here. Again, no background. But let's say I didn't like this background laying this way. I can flip this image. Or I can flip it horizontally. And there we go. We can put her there, but then we'll say, hey, I don't like her there. I can flip it again horizontally and move her over here. Now, you just have to remember that your person might be backwards. Then the other thing is that I like, because this doesn't quite look real, so we can edit the image some more, and I can go down here and I can add a shadow or an angle, and that just gives her a little bit more definition. And I'll say I wanted text. I could have used a template that had text in it. Go back over here, stay put. But I can also go in here and say text. I can add text. I can just type, or I could come down here and find some text that I really like the format of and use that. So I could put this in. Now, we don't like this because it doesn't show up. Well, good. Guess what? We can just change it to white. And we can change all black text to white. There we go. We can move it down, change our text. So it's very simple to use. So that's what I use it for. The other thing I said I used it for was smart mockups. So let's go back, add one more page. Let's go to our photos. Let's use our Office Max picture. This is another ad that we do for Office Max. Then I can hit Edit Image. And I can scroll down here to Smart Mockups. And we can make a mock-up of this in whatever the photo is. So let's say I want to make this to be on this cell phone. I can click that button, and there we go. It creates an image of my picture in there. It's not 100% perfect, but you can kind of see how that works as well. We could do it as a computer screen, and it gives you a different version. So that kind of shows you how that works. That in a nutshell is how I use Canva. I would get in there, get a free trial, play with it. If you do anything where you need a graphic anywhere, the free version is very well worth it. And if you use it a lot, the paid version will save you countless hours. So check it out.